8.2 million years ago, our planet was entering a period of dramatic environmental change. Thick forests stretched across Africa and Eurasia, forming endless green corridors where massive creatures ruled the land. And among them lived the earliest hominid ancestors, small, vulnerable, but clever enough to survive in a world dominated by predators many times their size. These hominids were not yet fully human. They walked partially upright, but still relied heavily on climbing. Their entire existence depended on knowing when to descend to the forest floor and when to stay high in the trees. Predators were everywhere. Giant saber-toothed cats prowled silently. Ancient hyenas roamed in packs. Enormous reptiles lurked near water sources. Even massive birds of prey patrolled the canopy, capable of sweeping down with terrifying speed. To survive, hominids developed unique behavioral tactics that transformed the way early primates interacted with their environment. The first and most important strategy was elevated living. Trees were not just shelter, they were safe zones. The canopy acted as a natural fortress. Hominids built temporary nests high above the ground, weaving branches into platforms that kept them away from nighttime hunters. When moving through the forest, they traveled using a method scientists call arboreal route mapping, memorizing safe pathways through branches and learning which trees connected with others. This allowed them to escape predators without ever touching the ground. But the forest floor was unavoidable. Food sources like roots, fallen fruits, and insects required descending. Here, early hominids used group coordination to survive. They rarely traveled alone. A small group could share responsibilities. Some searched for food, while others stayed alert, watching for sudden movements in the undergrowth. Their senses were finely tuned. They recognized the sound of snapping twigs as a sign of stalking predators. They listened for the distant growls of large cats echoing through the forest. This heightened awareness became a crucial survival tool. To communicate warnings, hominids developed early vocal patterns, sharp calls, rhythmic grunts, and short barks that signaled immediate danger. Over time, these calls grew more sophisticated, forming the earliest roots of the complex communication humans use today. Survival also required strategic timing. Hominids quickly learned the patterns of predators, when they hunted, when they rested, and which areas they patrolled. Food gathering was scheduled around these windows. Dawn and dusk were the safest moments, offering just enough light for movement without drawing too much attention. They also used environmental manipulation. Shaking branches created illusions of larger creatures. Throwing stones or sticks startled predators long enough for escape. Even the act of forming tightly packed groups made them appear harder to attack, discouraging isolated ambushes. Another tactic involved shadow awareness. Predators relied on darkness for camouflage. Hominids learned to avoid thick, silent patches of forest and preferred moving near areas where filtered light exposed approaching threats. Over generations, these behaviors shaped their evolution. Stronger arms allowed rapid climbing. Keen eyesight helped detect distant motion. Cooperative instincts strengthened social bonds. Every day in the prehistoric forest was a balance of courage and caution. The threats were relentless, yet these early ancestors survived, not through strength, but through awareness, strategy, and unity. These survival tactics form the earliest chapters of the long human story. Long before tools, fire, or civilization, survival depended on listening to the forest, understanding its dangers, and learning to outsmart the predators that ruled it.